I promised reviews about the chain lubricants that I use on the bicycle. So here is the first one. Let's get started. Manufactured by Muc-Off. This is C3 ceramic premium dry lubricant. It promises to work in dry conditions and in damp conditions only, and they do say in more words on the manufacturer's website and also on the rest of the packaging that it does not work in wet conditions. So what do they mean by dry conditions? My bicycle here is suspended off there in a position that I can film this. Let me put you on the tripod. This is what happened with this lubricant in a little bit of rain that fell this morning. How much is a little bit of rain? It was enough to be lifted with the tire and being splashed everywhere. Okay, that's how much. So the road was wet, and the thickness of the film of water on the road was enough to fling it around and to thoroughly shower the chain with this splash. So what happened under these conditions with the C3 ceramic premium dry lubricant? Let's listen to the result. This is what happened. I think you can hear it. This is atrocious. All of the lubricant was washed out in about 10 minutes or so. Here, just get you another close-up here on just listen. There's not much to see. Alright, so that's how a lubricant sounds like. That's completely gone. There's nothing on the chain. The chain is completely dry there. So all of it got washed away. I'm not making this one up. I haven't touched the wheels. I did not clean up the frame. The splash and the spray as it dried on the bicycle is still on it, exactly the same spot as it dried on, so you get the idea. A little bit of overspray there. Okay, so this is this dry in 10 minutes. In the 10 minutes I traveled 5 kilometers, then I had to put the bike down, and I made it back home instead of... it's so dry and so squeaky. I very nearly lubricated it with just any amount of used engine oil or something, but I limped home these 5 kilometers purposefully just so I can show you this. This lubricant washes out if you have this much water on the road. If the tire can lift it, that's it. It's going to be washed out in 10 minutes, just like it happened to me. So that's why the manufacturer says it absolutely is not suitable for wet conditions. And so how much damp is damp? Damp doesn't mean it's a little sprinkly. Damp means that you have a little bit of dew on the road, maybe. That is it. That's the top. If the tire can lift the amount of moisture to fling it around, that's too much moisture for this lubricant. Okay, so that's how it works in wet, and that's how much they mean, or that's what they mean by damp. So how does it work in dry conditions? Brilliant! It actually does work. It's a very nice lubricant in dry conditions. It's not a race lubricant though. It is a little bit thick, and for this I'm gonna have another scientific measurement. Listen to it, how it sloshes in the bottle. Alright, that was scientific enough. Okay, I'm not saying it's as thick as ketchup, but you get the idea. I don't want to give you a number of viscosity of the lubricant, because that would need to be really precisely scientifically measured in a lab and whatever. What I will do though is I will put it in a freezer and compare it how it comes out frozen versus how it comes out, because frozen dry is also dry, as well as heat stroke. It's middle of the summer dry on the northern hemisphere. Middle of the summer heat stroke dry is also dry condition. So it doesn't say dry and warm, it just says dry. So I'm gonna see what happens in dry and cold, but that's another video and more of a comparison. So I'm not without the exact viscosity figures, just for a comparison, because there's going to be another rain Coming up, I'm gonna put the wet lubricant counterpart on it because this works brilliantly in wet condition. It actually adheres like it says. This is a race quality lubricant, and this one does say ultra durable. So I'm gonna put this one on for now with the forecast range 2 days away from here. And in dry conditions, at the temperatures that both of these are tried, you know, one after another, this is thicker than this. This sloshes more, it's more watery, whereas this one is more ketchup. So that was this, and just for comparison, the wet lubricant runs more. Wet lube, and now the ceramic. Alright, so this is more, this is thicker, this runs more, and that's what I mean by it's not a race lubricant. It's not gonna be super silky smooth. It will, it does set, it does, I'm not saying it cures to a waxy condition. It does not become a solid under any conditions, but it doesn't run out easily from the chain either. It's thick, it's got that viscosity. Okay, so just go with that without any scientific numbers. It works in dry only, and as soon as there's any amount of moisture that the tire can lift, it just washes out in no time. So there you have it. Thanks for watching.